Hello students, welcome to biology class. In the last video, we discussed control and coordination in plants. Today, let us begin our discussion with control and coordination in human beings. Students, in humans, control and coordination is brought about by two systems, the nervous system and the endocrine system. Let us first discuss nervous system in detail. The nervous system in humans is composed of nerves, and these nerves connect the brain and the spinal cord to all the body parts. Students, the functional unit of the nervous system is called neuron, commonly nerve cell. Neuron is the longest cell in the animal body, and it conducts or transmits messages in the form of electrical impulses, also known as nerve impulses. These nerves or nervous tissue are highly specialized for responding to stimuli. Students, there are three types of neurons depending upon the direction in which they transmit the nerve impulse. Sensory neurons, motor neurons, and relay neurons. Sensory neurons always carry messages from body parts to brain or spinal cord. Motor neurons always carry messages from brain or spinal cord to body parts, which we call effectors. And the relay neurons carry messages from sensory neurons to motor neurons. It means they are a connecting link between sensory neurons and motor neurons. Let us see the structure of a neuron. A neuron consists of three principal parts, students. Number one, the cell body or cyton. Number two, axon. And number three, dendrites. Let us see the structure of a neuron and try to understand its parts and functions. The cell body, here we can see from the diagram that this part of the neuron is called the cell body, and it consists of the nucleus. Nucleus is surrounded by the cytoplasm, and the cytoplasm contain various cell organelles. The second part is the dendrites. Dendrites are the short branched extensions of cyton, and dendrites always carry nerve impulse towards the cyton. They receive the nerve impulses or electrical impulses from the receptors, and dendrites always carry these nerve impulses towards cyton. The third part of a neuron is an axon. Axon is a single long unbranched extension of cyton. Here it is clear from the diagram that axon is a single long unbranched extension of cyton, that is the cell body. Now student, there are some neurons that have an additional covering or additional sheath that covers the axon. This additional covering of the axon is called the myelin sheath. If the neuron has myelin sheath, it is called myelinated neuron, and if the myelin sheath is absent, then the neuron is called non-myelinated neuron. Student, the myelin sheath is not continuous, as we can see from the diagram. There are some constrictions in the myelin sheath. These constrictions are called nodes of Ranvier. And axon always carry nerve impulse away from the cyton. The cyton receives the nerve impulses from dendrites, and the axon always carry the nerve impulse away from the cyton. And the axon end in the branched structure called the nerve ending or the axon ending. Now student, two adjacent neurons are never attached to each other. There is a gap between them, as it is clear from this diagram. Now this is the ending of the first neuron shown in the diagram, nerve ending, and this is the beginning of the second neuron, that is dendrites. Now the axon endings of one neuron and the dendritic tips of the second neuron are never attached to each other. They are never joined with each other. There is some gap between them. These gaps are called synapse. The small gap between the axon endings of one neuron and the dendrite of the next neuron is called the synapse. The next topic is transmission of a nerve impulse. Students, the transmission of nerve impulse is always unidirectional. It flows in a single direction, always from dendrites towards axon. Now, the scheme of the flow of this nerve impulses: the information from environment that we call stimuli is detected by the receptors. As we have discussed in the earlier video, the receptors are present in the sense organs like eyes, ears, nose, skin, etc. Now, these receptors, they are either dendritic tips or they are in contact with receptors. Now, when these receptors receive the information in the form of stimuli, immediately it causes a chemical reaction in the dendritic tips that produces an electrical impulse. Now, this electrical impulse, it travels from dendrites of the sensory neurons, from dendrites towards cyton, and then from cyton along the axon to its end called the axon ending. At the axon ending, the electrical impulse again causes a reaction that release the chemicals at the axon ending. These chemicals are called neurotransmitters. Now, these neurotransmitters, that the chemicals secreted, they cross the synapse, and when they cross the synapse and come in contact with the dendritic tip of the next neuron, immediately they start a similar electrical impulse that again travels through that neuron from dendrites to cyton, cyton to axon, and towards axon ending. And the similar process goes on. Ultimately, this electrical impulse allows the delivery of the impulse to effector organs where the response has to be generated. May it be muscles or glands or other cells. So students, this is the scheme of flow of electrical impulse through a neuron. The assignment related to the topics that we have discussed today, students, are available on the school website. You are required to answer those questions in your biology notebook. In the next video, we will discuss human brain and spinal cord. Thank you very much.